Now,
it's like game day, you know?
It is like game day.
Carl, are you going to bring us in?
I'm bringing us in. Hey guys, this is Chef Carl.
And I'm Chef Paul.
And we are Awesome Sauce. We are doing a reaction show for our episode on $1 Billion Idea.
Competing for a life-changing investment.
Now, do we got this on? Or because we can't see
I'll
both.
choose only 6 to come to my headquarters in New Jersey. A one-of-a-kind business idea lab called The Basement.
Here we go.
I believe any entrepreneur can build a company from the ground up, just like I did. I call this mindset basement.
I can see the screen.
Are you guys ready?
We just can't see ourselves.
I'll put my top entrepreneurs through a series of challenging assignments.
That's all right.
Oh, no! We have a time check that
Okay.
will test their business acumen,
We
their
look good.
products,
Which of our colors looks best to you?
and most importantly,
We've got a moderator.
time is
Yeah.
up.
I love
In the
that.
end, the one who impresses me
All right,
the
Paul.
most
So
will get
we
a
did
residency
a
in the
1 to
basement,
4.
my full support
So we
and
knew
mentorship,
who was
and of
selected
course,
before.
my investment.
Now we got
Up to
3 new
$1
companies, one of which
million.
is
And
Awesome
make
Sauce.
their American dream come true.
That's a really exciting prospect, Carl, that we're going to see ourselves on TV any moment. Here we
My
go.
search for the next $1 billion idea
Tell us, Ben.
is almost over.
Almost over. It's just beginning.
So now we have 5. This is my last week to travel around the country and meet the final 3 contenders who are competing.
I'm cracking this now.
I'm with you.
Spot in the basement at my New Jersey headquarters. We got one more.
They're at the table.
go.
Now, this is where they talk about
What do
the
you think
incoming
guys got for me
companies.
now?
Yeah.
Today I've brought in the big guns. Those
Let's
I
see.
trust implicitly. Chris Brown, Ken Kurtz, and Jess Levesque.
So what's been interesting, we're
Let's
listening
meet
to them
some entrepreneurs.
give
Carl
feedback.
and Paul
Oh,
with
here we go.
Awesome Sauce.
Wow.
Let's go! All
So
right.
they are 2
I
dads.
think we can relate
You look
to that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 dads.
My name is Carl Starkey. I'm a co-founder of Awesome Sauce.
Hey everybody, Paul Lehman, co-founder of Awesome Sauce.
Awesome Sauce is the first zero-waste sauce and condiment company that's helping save the kitchen from single-use plastic.
Fill
Look
the
at that.
bottle with 2 ounces of water. At Awesome Sauce, we currently offer
Great ketchup.
a ketchup,
Amazing.
a barbecue sauce. We're developing a bunch of different flavors.
We're marrying sauce
She likes
with
it.
sustainability.
Oh, look at that
There's
blurring.
the
And
office.
saucy together.
Oh,
We
yeah.
think our product has the potential to change the world. We, as a society, are addicted to single-use plastic.
Give it to
And
'em.
So we need to provide alternatives for our world.
Look at the
to
sheen
choose
on
and
that
make
forehead.
choice away from that.
I look
They
good.
are taking on Big Ketchup. This is a zero-waste sauce company. So the idea here is
You look good, guys.
it's in powdered
Thanks.
form.
Thanks, Vinny.
You shake it up 30 seconds and it's ready to go. And in doing so, they get rid of just one more single-use plastic that's in the pantry.
I think they're doing a few things here that make a lot of sense.
Yes,
they
they
are
do.
Yeah.
eliminating waste, which is
Yeah,
very,
you do.
I think, front of mind with consumers today. So I love that idea.
That's great. That's the jumping off point, right? That's where we
Benny gets it.
we kind of
Yeah,
all
go
find
ahead.
that commonality. We just want to do something better. They seem passionate about it, but what are they chasing? Tell me about this industry. What
All right, so look.
What are you
condiments,
chasing?
Massive.
It's a big industry they're chasing. They're talking about $136 billion
Yes,
global
go
market.
ahead and
Wow.
treat
The
yourself.
condiment industry is expected to grow to $181 billion by
Let's go.
2025. Ketchup alone sells
I didn't see
over
it that
300
big, but all
tons
right,
of food
I'll take
service
that.
outlets worldwide. And that needs to be disrupted. It's Westchester, PA, not far from here. Let's give them a shot.
Yeah. He's gonna give us a shot.
You made it.
Let's go.
She's created this cool
Okay.
kind of
Okay, so there it is. That's a
All right.
great kickoff for us, I'd
It's sort of
say.
a kitchen tool that
That's
separates
it.
leaves
I
from
think
the stems of herbs and spices.
We should make our own
So-
sauce.
Let's make
Shall
some
we
awesome
meet
sauce.
Kendall?
There
Absolutely.
you go.
Let's do it.
Let me pour it.
My name is Kendall Buck, and I'm
I'm gonna
the
fill
inventor
our
of Herbtastic, which is a unique kitchen
awesome
tool
sauce
that's
jar
designed
to the
strip
line
leaves
with
off of
some
herbs.
liquid
And
death.
we'll remove them all from the stem
We're making
and
some
leave you with the leaves
awesome
of
death.
rosemary.
There you go. It is the
My
finest,
dad
most
had a
delicious
goal.
death
I
you
was
could
gonna be
ever
an
ask for.
entrepreneur.
An
I knew
awesome
I was
death.
gonna launch a business.
Fill to the
My
line.
dad was a chef for 14 years, so growing up,
Thank you,
I
Kendall.
constantly was cooking.
Love that.
My junior year of high school, my
All
dad
right. So
committed
eyed up the
suicide.
water. Now
And
sauce,
so I
right?
kind
You
of
get
quit
the.
Now it's
cooking
sauce.
because it wasn't
That's
so
it.
fun anymore. My mom forced me to start
Love the
cooking again
packaging,
with
by the
her,
way. They
and
look
we
sharp.
were
Love
reminded
it.
of how annoying it is
Whoop.
to have to individually remove one stem of cilantro at a time, and so we decided that.
And while
it
you're
was
making
time
the
we
sauce here, do
finally
you guys?
something about
What
it.
do
In order
what do you know
fund
about this company
Herbtastic,
that's up
I
here?
started
Maker
out
Maker
with my
Gear.
savings account. My dad,
Yeah.
fortunately,
I'm listening
had
here.
set up finances
I'm
for me,
intrigued.
so when he passed away, I
Okay.
did get money. It was a hard decision to dip
Okay.
my hand into that bowl, knowing that I would be taking out for this savings plan that my dad had created
Wow.
to help
Paul's
me
shaking the sauce.
succeed,
That's
to
a
pay
big
for
commitment.
professional
You hear that?
prototypes
I did.
from
That's a big
manufacturing
commitment.
company to make sure that they were going to be able to do what I wanted. But I felt
Good
like
for
it was
you,
the right
Kendall.
thing to do, and I was passionate about Herbtastic, and I knew that I would be able to get a return from it.
And we've got barbecue.
So I just went ahead and did it.
So it's
Wow.
it's a pretty sort of amazing story.
While people at
Now-
school are maybe out
Now, is that
partying,
as you're
you know,
throwing all the
sports,
wrappers
whatever,
around
she
in
made this
celebration? Is that
prototype on her
regular
college's
barbecue?
3D
Is that
printer.
Chesapeake barbecue?
So
What do we got there,
he's
Paul?
This is our honey hickory
Actually,
barbecue.
really?
20.
Honey hickory barbecue.
Honey hickory.
Inspired by her.
Okay.
And this is our
Being in
Chesapeake
school on top
Fire,
of it.
What do you
which
think?
That's
Ben?
our
I
hot
say is
sauce.
the best.
I mean, listen, I can't speak to.
Got a lot of ways
the
to taste
product.
test
I
that, it
don't
looks like. We got
cook
some handicap
like,
fries.
We got some
CEO
handicaps, which we're
split.
excited to bring them on as a future partner.
Let me hear what was he saying?
When you're trying to
I wanna hear
strip
what the value
actual
props are
herb
here.
For the stem, I would
What are we
buy
up
her
against?
product for that simplicity.
Watching the product in
Okay.
use was very satisfying.
Do you think it's going to be higher than Awesome
So I think
Sauce?
she's got actually advertising.
I'm gonna put you on the
gold here,
spot.
Meaning people will
Hold
want
on,
to
hold
watch
on.
her advertisements
It's like
just
the
to see the product being used.
ASMR.
Something of a
Yeah, like the
a
ASMR videos.
ASMR.
She sells this
ASMR.
product for
We've been in that
$14.99
market a little bit.
Yeah, we have.
and makes it for $1.20.
Oh, I
Okay,
like
she's
those
also got
margins.
margins.
That's 75% margin.
We're going to Atlanta. All right, I'm sold.
Okay, so next up, I'd like
Better
to
than 75%,
introduce you
wasn't it?
to Ben LaForest.
I'm Ben LaForest from Jersey City,
Ooh.
New Jersey, and I'm the founder of
Sauce
Cube.
Cube.
Sauce Cube is
Ooh.
a line of
We have a
vegan cashew
sauce
sauces
competitor.
that are frozen
No!
into individual
All right,
cubes.
let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear
I'm
it.
so proud of myself for creating this on my own. There's
Okay.
a lot of companies that claim to be super clean label, but if you actually look at their label, it's not really that clean.
So
There's a
this
lot of
guy is
hidden,
making a
xanthan
sauce
gums and acids and powders
for
and starches that you might not
he's
necessarily
making-
want in there. So I really wanted
He's
to
making a
work on a
cube
healthy
that's
product.
frozen.
Cook and drain a whole box of pasta.
It's
and add
frozen?
a whole
It's a-
bag of sauce cube right to the
It's a
pot.
frozen
Put
sauce
on a
cube.
medium to low
That's a
heat
lot of
and
cubes.
just stir.
That was a
After
lot
only a
of
few
cubes.
minutes on the stove, you have a rich, creamy, delicious, and nutritious dinner, all in a matter of
All right,
minutes.
all right.
I think the driving force behind me being so invested in Sauce Cube is that I was really overweight as a child. I lost 100 pounds when I was in high school, so
Shit.
diet and exercise became really, really important
Carl?
in my life.
Yeah.
And
You
I'm
might wanna
definitely
ask him for
all in
some
on
tips.
Sauce Cube.
Might need
Although
some
I do
Sauce
have a
Cubes
full-time
over here.
job right now, I'm spending every
Shit.
minute outside of my job to be able to make this happen. My life
Oh,
savings
he's got
is
a full-time
definitely in
job.
question here, so I want to make sure that this is
All
the
right.
right bet for myself.
So is that frozen? Is it a frozen?
What does a bag cost? So it's $9.95 per pack, or you can buy a 6-pack for about $60. He's only got about $2,000 in sales.
The interesting little factoid for you. So the reason that it's frozen is that it means he doesn't have to use preservatives.
I get the concept. Clearly, he's got the science background to figure out what he's doing. So he's an
Shipping
innovator there,
though,
which is
like
great.
we have seen.
Ben,
shipping's
it always comes
expensive.
down to the
Shipping's
same
a-
thing.
a
Is
real
the flavor
problem.
great? Am
And
I getting
$60
a
for
real
sauce?
for
Do you know how
to
much
my
sauce we would
pastas?
sling for
And
$60,
now
Paul?
this is going to have to
A
be
lot.
a
We'd be
carved out new
the world will be
space
shaking sauce.
in a very crowded area.
But if you give me
Hey, what'd you
7
get us to
ingredients
eat?
with no preservatives,
Wingies.
I'm
Some
giving that
wingies,
product a
some
shot.
wingies and
Do it.
thingies.
All right, guys, you know the routine. Let's
Jumping
do it.
in.
Yeah.
See you
Is
there.
this bone in or not?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Shouldn't
I'm
have.
driving out to Westchester, Pennsylvania.
Oh, here
to
he
meet
is.
Carl and Paul.
There's the
All right.
Oh, sausage
entrepreneurs
cube.
behind Awesome Sauce. Disrupting the $150 billion condiment industry while trying to save the
Fucking
planet.
gorgeous.
That's no
Great
easy
lawn.
task.
Great
That's
lawn.
exactly what
Great.
these two entrepreneurs, Carl and Paul, in Westchester, PA, intend to do.
Dude, do you
Their
remember? I
business,
had the
Awesome
cough.
Sauce is a way to make a condiment
Remember
by
that?
mixing powder
The cough
in
that just
reusable
wouldn't go.
plastic bottles.
I had to chew
Let's
gum.
catch up with these guys and
was a-
see if their sauce is truly awesome.
Oh God, let's go.
Awesome Sauce is a zero-waste sauce and condiment product. We are here to provide alternative solutions that don't require you to use single-use plastic.
Here's the problem we're solving. There's 2 types of plastic, the soft plastic for packaging and then the squeeze bottles. You can see that about 90% of all that plastic that is recycled doesn't make it to a recycling facility. So it's making it to landfills. So that's what we're trying to solve. We're taking
There's
that
the
burden of
kitchen.
That's
recycling
straight
off of the
education.
consumers.
We're in
I
the
like that.
kitchen.
I have to
Benny
figure out,
likes
does
it.
this sauce taste as good, if
Oh,
not
dude.
better than the national
Can,
brand?
can you remember
Right, guys?
this
I do.
moment?
I'm gonna have you do ketchup, so it's the entire contents.
All right. So how much water versus powder are we talking about?
We've got 3 ounces of water, and that is 2.5 ounces of powder.
All right. For the viewers,
How
that
long
has
am I
gone
shaking
down
for?
to
Hold
a
the shape for
1.6
15
ounces.
seconds,
1.62
get it mixed up, and
to
let
be
it sit for
exact.
30.
It's
Let's
put
go.
up or shut up time. If this awesome sauce really tastes like ketchup, there could be a $160 billion industry
You're right.
disruptor riding on this
That's
tater cup.
billion-dollar idea, Ben. Billion-dollar idea. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Ben.
Come on.
Don't do that, Ben. Come
Oh,
on.
they did you dirty there.
Come on.
Commercial break. Are you kidding me?
Do you? I'm thinking back, Paul.
Yeah,
I do not vividly remember this moment.
I do. I vividly remember this moment. And
Do you remember shaking other sauces?
I remember we had
your sauce shaking has evolved.
so we shook up ketchup, barbecue, hot sauce.
Did we have a honey mustard?
We did a honey mustard and a soy. So we had
Was that your honey mustard?
No, that was not my honey mustard. That
Who
was
it?
early stage development on our honey honey mustard.
Our co-man.
Yeah.
We were working with co-man. Okay. All right. Man, that
So,
was because mustard has been so hard.
Totally. And so for everyone who's watching, as the operations guy, as the product guy, I care so deeply about everyone's reaction.
And never wanted anybody to taste it unless it was perfect.
Perfect.
And
I
I'm like, send it out. Just send it out.
Let them try it. It tastes like dirt.
Let them try it.
So now when this comes back on, we're going to get his reaction. I'm excited about
Well,
it.
before we get his reaction then to the sauce itself, just
Yeah.
walk me through, because he's coming, right? So he's coming. They're doing the show. You guys are on it. It's a big moment. I mean, what is it like leading up to that moment?
Here's the moment. Do you remember when you were a kid and your room was messy and you had to like clean your room for some reason? Like parents are like, you got to clean your room. That was the moment.
Yeah.
Paul was like, we've got to clean everything. We've got to clean. And I was like, God bless.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, I did it. So the house was immaculate. We're a young company then. So it was a big moment for us. We wanted to make the most of it, and his reaction was important to us.
Let's see.
And so that's something we cared a lot about. And what they have, how many people were there, Carl? Maybe 12?
Oh, the crew?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like, the lead up to it was actually kind of unbelievable. We had meeting, and there was, like, figuring out, like, is there space here? And so I think he knocked on the door, like, 6 times. Like, he really wanted to come in. I do remember that.
No, not yet, Ben. You need to do it again.
So wait, you guys held him up from coming in?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you were like, Ben, we need more time.
Not now, Ben.
Please.
We're busy. I'm cleaning.
Camera crew did.
Okay, but what's the feeling? Is it nerves? Are you confident? Like, how are you feeling about just the result?
Confident.
I'm not sure if you saw our faces, but that was straight steel. I'm impressed with myself.
Are you? The shocker.
I don't remember exactly how that moment went, but from what I'm looking at, maybe it was a good editing job on Ben's part, but that was straight steel in the face.
So far,
I'm riveted here. I just want to see his reaction.
I'll say this, and this could change, but so far into the feature on us, I think they've done well by us, I'd say.
Yeah, they've talked well about the industry.
Yep.
They mentioned great things about the product and the potential that we have.
Yep.
And now what's next is I just want to see his fucking reaction. I
They
don't
nailed
remember
that
it.
cliffhanger.
I don't remember it. Where is it? Taylor, where are you?
I think. Oh, you know what's going to come, by the way?
What?
I know it's going to come next.
Plenty of drama coming up ahead.
Yeah.
And here we go.
We're back.
Shake for 15 seconds. We walk into our demos relatively confident at this point.
I told you we were confident.
It doesn't matter when Ben Weiss is about to taste your ketchup. It's a big deal.
What am I doing?
Tastes like ketchup.
Yes!
So that's the one you gotta win, right? This is the one.
That's the
Gotta
biggest
win that.
one. That's the biggest one.
Good job, boys. That's good. Now I would tell you if it wasn't.
Now I have to find out how dedicated these two dadrepreneurs are in making
Okay.
their business the top
Dedicated.
priority.
Dedication.
Talk to me, fellas. How did this all come about?
Oh, we're outside
Paul
back.
has been grilling and creating sauces for years. that got our minds going to figure out, how is the sauce world structured, and how could you do it differently? How could you disrupt that in a positive way?
I'm going to interrupt you there. What did you find out when you said, okay, well, there's some disrupting that can happen here?
Tell them about the entrepreneurs.
Well, as dadpreneurs, what we realized is that not only could we disrupt the sauce industry, but we could also create a better future for our children.
And by the way, as a dad,
do you need a pillow?
Entrepreneur, TM, you're also going to disrupt your family. One of you quit your job already, is that right?
We both have.
Oh, you both have. No, that's disrupting your family.
Yeah.
Both of our wives are super supportive.
Yep.
Carl's wife is the head field hockey coach at St. Joseph's University, and my wife's an ER doctor. And so they work as much as, if not more than we do.
Right. And you're already co-founders, right? So I'm assuming we're splitting in some form.
Yep. Good for them, though.
Ownership. I've never had co-founders, and I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but it definitely creates a different paradigm.
Come on, not with us.
Yeah, but wait.
Right? That means you want to finish with a number. You're about to sacrifice a lot.
One of the pieces for us being entrepreneurs and focusing on sustainability is we're going to help solve a problem, a real problem that our kids will have to solve later, so we can get a head start on that. And if we do good business, our kids are going to be able to see us do good business.
Carl!
That's great.
That felt good to listen
I buy
to.
anything from you because of that, right? So that needs to be part of your story.
All right, Ben.
Thanks, Benny.
Carl and Paul have eased my concerns about being co-founders. But my next question is, do their local customers at their only retail account like the product as much as
Stop
they do?
hitting me. Sorry. I'm going to tell you that. Touch your pillow. Stop touching me.
I'm going to touch
and
it.
see for myself. What the
Okay,
local
all right,
customers
this is
think
the
about their
part we
ketchup
didn't know about.
versus the
That's right.
national leading brand.
This is an
So
interesting one.
You know,
They didn't
me. I
tell
like
us
an adversary. I think
they
this
were going to the
particular
restaurant.
business has it.
Big ketchup, baby.
Goody's my chief marketing officer.
Big
Goody.
ketchup.
And he's a guy
Okay,
that
Goody.
really knows how to read a room. So I sent
All
him
right,
to set
Goody.
up a taste test with the locals.
So here we have
Remember, they had
Two
to
plates of French
sell the
fries.
other products.
two
Yeah.
different types of ketchup.
I'm anxious to see what customers think of this ketchup. It could make or break their chances of a big investment from me.
Come on.
All right, here we go.
I think that's a little more like sweet, but this has a lot more like different flavors to it. I kind of like this one.
Yes!
2-0. 3-0.
3. Okay.
Come on now.
You can't tell the difference. Now, if I told you that this ketchup reduces single-use
Tell him,
plastic.
Goody.
I love that.
You love that?
Yeah.
Yes, you love
Big
that.
part of the environment, so it's something I pay extra for.
Let's go, Gen
That these
Z.
results show that fixing the environmental issue can be a great way to break into the new market with a disruptive brand like Awesome.
Dude, he's selling
Appreciate your
us.
opinion. Awesome.
Yeah.
What was the score there? Do I remember the score?
They stopped at 3-0.
I'll tell you this.
Fuck Heinz
That product
Fuck Heinz
actually is better
ketchup.
than ketchup. From my perspective in beverages, everything,
Yeah.
because there's so many choices. They're in it for the right reasons. They're taking the appropriate risks to, to show that they're serious about this. Paul quit his job. Carl is all in, except for the fact that he still coaches.
Wow.
Still. Hey, I used to coach.
Yeah.
And I had to sit my son down and say, I'm not going to coach anymore.
Okay.
And then I was the guy in the stands, and then I was the guy that wasn't always in the stands. And that's a progression that, I don't know, I'm still unsure whether Carl is going to be willing to do that.
Yeah.
I see.
is
I see.
that the essence of a dadtrepreneur?
Ah.
Is that what actually it is?
Does he really even know what it
Yeah,
does?
exactly.
An entrepreneur is not just doing things.
I feel like Goody's
for
on our side
your
right now.
A
kids
little
and
bit,
your
but he's
family.
questioning
It's
things.
taking on the sacrifices for them to make these brands come to life.
To make this happen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome Sauce certainly passed the taste test.
Yeah,
But I'm still
dude.
concerned, since they're co-founders, are they going to be able to divide and conquer if I only invite one of them to New Jersey to compete for my investment?
that's
Here we
that's
are.
the trick. Great meeting, guys. No way. Did I text that?
Yeah, I was about to ask you if you texted that.
Do you have it?
Did I text
Can you
that?
check your phone?
I mean, I could.
Yeah, I'm gonna check your phone.
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
see.
Let's see. And real quick,
We're
while
getting
he's
orders.
looking,
Like, orders are coming in right now. I'm just saying.
Let's go.
all right. So
Okay.
as this is going on, and now Carl's going to be checking his phone. I mean, Paul, you just got pretty good ratings there. How'd you feel about all that?
Actually, I continue to feel very good about it.
I'm gonna have some sauce.
My biggest worry, to be honest, is that we'd come off as assholes, and that's That's a real concern that I've had for about 4 to 5 months. And so I'm pumped. So far, I'm pumped. I'm really pleased with how they've edited it. I know that they have creative, what is it? Creative control.
Well, I thought that they were going to.
However we want.
I thought they were going to hammer the co-founder thing more. I mean, he has said it a couple of times.
They're building up to it.
But yeah. Okay.
Now, did you get a look at your phone, Carl? Did you get to see if you had responded? No way.
Didn't feel like scrolling.
Oh, he got lazy.
Now's not the time, Carl, to get lazy.
Come on. All right.
The sauce was really good, though.
Well, then let's talk about one of the things here, because obviously, knowing you guys a little bit, the co-founder thing has been very vital. I mean, how do you feel? Like he's sitting there, he's questioning you guys as co-founders and whether it can actually work.
Well, that's where I felt like our job was to actually show him that the co-founder thing isn't a concern. It's not something to worry about. It's what you said. It's actually like key to our success.
Our value together, like the sum of the parts, is bigger when we're together.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we knew before as being coaches. Like, that's inherently part of sport, is you try and get the people on the field to produce the most. And this moment, and when Ben was there, Paul and I are the guys on the field, and so there's got to be a moment where you step back into defense and let them play offense, and then you switch those roles. And I think for us, that was never a question. He really put the question in our head, though, of like, okay, there is going to be this like back and forth. And I think, like, if I reflect from the time where that question came up, the time where Ben was like, co-founders are going to disagree about things, to now, which the business is a completely different place.
Mm-hmm.
It has never come back up. Like, and I think that that's one of our superpowers. We kind of say that our company has super powders. Our super powder is the fact that we are team players and that we want to build something greater than what we could do by ourselves.
And ultimately, our belief is that if drama exists between co-founders, between any team or duo or whatever you want to say, it just gets in the way of progress. So if we are committed to our ultimate goal of building a kick-ass fucking company, then whatever drama and ego that comes between us needs to be irrelevant. Now, we need to work through some things, and we always have to figure that out. But when push comes to shove, we're always going to prioritize progress over our individual wants and desires and bullshit. So
I mean, look at us. We're wearing zoot suits.
I mean,
for Christ's sake.
Golly.
And you look magnificent.
Yeah,
I must say.
If it sells sauce, then all right.
We're in.
Well, yeah.
Taylor, are we back in? Come on, get us back in there.
Yeah.
What does
Speed up time, Taylor. Well, let me ask you this, because in the meantime, because obviously it's such a long occasion where he's coming through. Well, first off, how long was it when he shows up to the house? He's checking everything, taste testing, going to the restaurant. How much time was that? A full day? Couple hours?
Full day. Full day.
And was there anything that stood out from that maybe they didn't get to?
It was a lot of waiting. So a lot of takes, a lot of waiting for
she's no different.
not as much
Except it's not the herb you're thinking.
video
She's the
footage.
creator of herb
The power of editing.
Power of editing. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this.
All right, so he's in Atlanta here.
Joint with this idea, or is it just going to go up in smoke?
Oh, we're talking about different herb. That's interesting.
Hey, Kendall.
I'm so excited to see you.
I'm Ben. I haven't met a lot of 19-year-olds in this world.
Oh, 19.
So.
I just turned 20, so now I'm a 20-year-old in entrepreneurship.
20.
Tell me a little bit about the product.
Good for her.
So first, I'm going to show you how
What were you guys doing at 19?
The holes in the handle.
Not
We
starting
did
companies.
incorporate holes in the handle like these other
Starting
products.
trouble?
But
Can't
ours,
talk
as
about
you
that on
can see,
YouTube.
It's a lot thicker, and the reason that
I was also
matters is
doing an
because,
herb break.
One, it gives the herbs more space to pass through, and it also allows it to apply just a little bit more pressure. And so essentially all you do is take the rosemary and put it into whichever hole. Typically it's the smallest hole.
Right, this is the moment. Right
and then you just pull it through, and it will take those leaves right off for you.
You completely got every herb, every leaf off of there.
Yeah, we don't like to waste.
That's pretty efficient.
And in here, like, there's this little strip. We call it a pressure block. And so that way, when you're pushing down on the herbs, that little bar that goes across actually helps separate the leaves from the stem.
So how does a 20-year-old have the audacity to think that she can do something like this?
I started this business because of my dad. He was a chef for 14 years.
Okay.
And then my dad passed away. And so I kind of stopped cooking. And my mom finally was like, this is stupid. You need to keep cooking. It's what you and your dad did. And you and I are going to start cooking together. So every night, my mom and I would make dinner together.
It's a great story.
And we were reminded how annoying it is to have to sit there and pull all the leaves off the stem. And so I got to college, and one of my professors told me about the 3D printing lab. And I called my mom and I said, this is it. We have a free machine here that's going to make this product, and we just have to figure out what it's going to look like.
So did you have to borrow money to get to where you are, or has this been bootstrapped?
My dad passing away, he set money aside for me. And so it was a hard decision because I knew that my dad set that money aside for my college, but I was really confident in the product.
Well, consider this business school.
Yeah.
This is your MBA.
Yeah. I knew it was going to sell.
That's a good point.
And
I
was
agree with that, Ben.
confident that I would be
That's a
able
good
to
point.
sell 1,000 because I ordered 1,000
It
units.
is pretty
as my
amazing
first
that even if
budget
you take
inventory.
business
Did you sell
classes,
1,000 units?
the amount
I
that you
actually
learn in
ended
the
up
moment,
having to get more inventory
it's
because
just
I ran out.
applicable.
It's really impressive to see somebody at 20 actually take
That's true.
an idea and just turn it into something.
Agreed.
And then turn it into a business.
Yeah,
you
she's-
probably see that this has
She's sacrificing
X potential.
Right.
social,
And it might not be everything.
athletic,
And
all
when
of
I
the
look
things.
at a 20-year-old person like yourself with such an entrepreneurial mind, I kind of want the third, fourth, and fifth idea that's in your head.
Yeah.
Not
so,
necessarily the one you have today.
My
so
concern though,
this
it's
is
just
my
one
first
product.
My LLC is Nana's Kitchen Drawer, named after my Nana.
Uh-huh.
And so
good-
I want
that's a
to
good
create
move.
a whole line of kitchen products.
And I love that you call it Nana's Kitchen because then it becomes personal, right?
It's very personal.
What would you need from me?
A good mentor would be good. I obviously have a lot to learn. And then the hardest part for me is figuring out, I want to scale, but scaling you have to think about all the logistics, the distribution, all the manufacturing partners.
Yep,
I don't even know where to begin with that.
Well, you have begun. You're doing it with this, which is what I like. Like, this is more than most people your age are doing. But you will attract all those people. And you're such a
Paul,
great storyteller.
Hit me with it.
You're so
What do you
authentic.
think with
You
the
reek
rake?
of authenticity.
So this is
Like,
this
those
is
things are gonna
direct
only help
competition
you
right
down the
now.
line. And then
What do
there's
you think
just
of the rake?
blocking and tackling of business.
My take on
It's plain to
my
see
take
that
on the
Kendal
herb
is a
rake
bright
is that
and
My take
serious
on the
young
rake
woman. But my
is that
biggest concern
Taylor
is with her
is
still
a
enrolled in
great
college,
kid
the timing is just
with a
not
ton of
right to scale up this
ambition,
business.
and
Her name
Sounds
is
like
Kendall.
your dad was an
Kendall?
amazing guy that had a big
Her name is
impact on
Kendall.
you.
That's
my
Taylor.
take
I love that you
my
took that
take on
why
the
and you
herb rake
started a business.
is that Kendall
I'm sure he'd be very proud of you.
is a great
I hope
kid.
so. My mom
I
says
don't
he is,
think the
and she
product
knows everything, so.
is overly compelling.
So there was a farmer's
But-
market over there that I wanted to take you to.
Yeah,
so maybe
that's
we'll
about
go
it.
check
I don't
that
think she
out.
has a
Yes,
compelling
I love
product.
farmers markets, so
All right.
I'm in.
Cool.
Compelling
Let's do
story,
it.
though, for
This
sure.
is cool,
A very
Rosemary.
compelling
So
story.
check this out. Ready? Hey. All right. Who wants to do this? All right. Pull that out. Pull.
There you go.
Check it out.
Wasn't that cool?
Look at that. It works.
Even little kids can do it.
Let's pick a different one.
So yeah, I think the concern
What is
is
this?
like it's cool that she
Mint, right?
structured it in a way
Isn't it
that
mint?
there can be new products, but like there are
Good. Ready?
already
Hold that.
companies
Good one.
who are
There you
making
go.
products for the
I'm
kitchen,
keeping all these right
thinking
here.
about
You could have them.
all this.
You guys are cool.
Thanks, you guys,
So-
for your help.
Yeah, but you could say that about any product.
You're gonna be my new
Except
demo
ours.
guys.
Nobody's doing
Figured
that.
this would
And the
make
name
you
of the
feel
show is
comfortable
Billion
and
Dollar Idea.
all these
So
herbs
the
here.
question is,
I actually had a huge garden
is
in
there
my dad's
enough
house with him.
When did he
market
pass?
space?
It was my
is there enough
junior
market
year of
room?
high school.
Oh my God.
Because I just buried myself in school, so I didn't have to think about
Carl,
it.
we're
Right.
staring
It's
at a
funny,
farmer's
my boyfriend
market.
always tells me I think so,
I get-
so much.
it's my
and
nightmare.
I think too much, but it's the only way I know
I
how
don't
to
want to be
function.
selling
I
ketchup
mean,
at his
it
farmer's
helps you
market.
cope with some, you know.
Why?
difficult
Why
things
is that
in
the
life,
nightmare?
yeah. So it's about balance. You know, I
That
was
means
very
that we did not
unbalanced for a long
succeed.
time. I really want to find
That's why.
really great entrepreneurs and mentor them.
Yep.
And
Fair.
invest in them and dream alongside them.
So what is scary
I
for
think
you
there's a
guys then?
difference between
I mean,
being
you're
a
at this
I'll,
point.
businessman
I'll take that back.
or
It doesn't
businesswoman
mean that we didn't
and
succeed.
an entrepreneur.
And I don't think we would stay
They're
away
really
from, but like,
refreshing because, quite frankly,
I think our vision is much
It's not always about
higher.
product.
So
you know, I'm not
Like that-
passionate about
when we look at a product that's being displayed at a
stick
farmer's
that
market,
removes herbs, because
we're
I
looking
don't-
at shelves and national
I don't
distribution,
connect with-
and
a lot of
so
that just
farmers market is
is
something that
the fun,
is fun
right?
to do
Getting
because you have
people to
that
see what you
opportunity
see
to engage
and
with
do
consumers
things that they normally wouldn't
in a
do,
different
like,
way.
You know, take
But
a rake and
we wouldn't want to start out at
remove
farmers market and
herbs.
try and scale from
Especially
there.
little kids.
I mean, I had such a great
It
time
also
doing
doesn't
that.
mean we're not
I
willing
think
to
that the main
hustle
thing
and
that Ben
be
talked
out
about
there
was how
kind of
I was able to
show,
acknowledge
showcasing
that
our product at different
Earthtastic might not
venues.
be
I
my
mean,
billion-dollar
we've just
idea,
been in
but that I
Minnesota
have
the
piloting
drive,
at Target
and
Field
I have the why
with Awesome
behind
Sauce and the
this whole
Delta Club,
kitchen line
and
that I'm
we were out there every day in the
creating.
zoot
And so I
suit
think
selling
that
sauce.
he
And
sees
so,
that part of himself in
but to
me,
Carl's point, I think
where, you know, he had that
where we
passion
want to
and
be
drive,
doing
and it
that
didn't
work is
matter
at
what
Target
business he
Field,
was
not
working on,
necessarily
he
at the
was gonna
farmer's
give it his
market.
all,
Yeah, and you want to
and
do
that's
that
the
as a
thing that
part
I
of your operation, not the
wanted to
heart
thank
of your
you
operation.
from my heart
I think that's a
because
good
you
point, Ben.
truly
Yeah.
inspired me.
So that all makes sense.
Thank you.
See ya.
Okay, so
All right, let's hear what it
what do you
say.
guys think of Verb Test?
I loved her. I thought she
She
was,
is something special, isn't she?
and like at 20, like that's just.
I'd love it if she could work for us, no matter what happens.
Maybe offer her a job.
Yeah, right. I just hope that there's some way that you and her are able to, you know, that because I got the sense that she would, no matter what happens, wants you to be a mentor for her, and I do think that could be a cool thing.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking maybe it'd be nice because she did mention that her dad left her some money.
That was for school, so you know she took that out. That's risky. I love that about it.
But I have some thoughts. I really do. I think there's some ways that I could really help her.
I'm intrigued.
You seem to be a little worried with the reaction there, Paul.
No, I mean, I'm not concerned necessarily, but he clearly, and that group clearly resonated with her for all of the obvious reasons.
That one felt emotional.
Yeah,
like at the end of the day, it's still a business show. That one felt emotional.
Yeah, I think that's a.
Do you feel threatened by that from a $1 billion idea perspective?
No. Do you?
Okay. I want to confidently say no, I don't. But if we look back at the other ideas, there were ideas that did surprise us, where he's grabbing ideas that, like, if you remember the Taco Tuesdays, I mean, that man was moving product, and he went with the waffle maker.
Damn it!
So
we might be shut out here, Carl.
There's a little piece that's like, okay, there's some emotional strings were pulled, and if an emotional string was pulled, and that gets to decision time, is the sauce boss?
We're gonna find out.
I believe the sauce. I am excited to see what the third one is.
It's our frozen sauce guy.
Yeah, but I want to see what the story is behind it.
I see.
Because that's sauce, right? Is the sauce boss? There's two sauces. So the idea of frozen cubes. Now you were right. Like in the short little piece they showed, like that was a lot of cubes. I thought it was one cube.
So did I.
For the meal.
Me
It's like
too.
a concentrated thing.
That's
you add
what I
with
thought.
water.
I thought
and
the same thing.
I mean, it's kind of where we are.
What do you mean? Like from
We're
concentrate?
concentrated. You add water. So I was like, oh shit. Okay, similar model, just from the freezer or from a box.
Take out a cube, drop it in the pan, add a little water. You're good to go.
No. That man dropped a full bag of cube. I know. And that thing thawed up. Give me some sense of where your head is with this.
I couldn't believe it.
As the resident food scientist for us.
I actually thought it was going to be swimming. Like I thought it was going to be swimming in pesto sauce, and
did you think that it was not?
At the end, it did feel a little saucy. It felt a little much. Yeah,
it was oversauced, overcubed.
I mean, I don't like to say that you can oversauce something in our industry, but you can.
You should have gone sauce squared, not sauce cubed.
I do. Terrible. That joke deserves the awkward pillow.
Oh shit! Shit. Give it a different, like, change the sequence or something so it's a different color. You know you can do that.
Yeah, I do now.
There it is. That's good.
Okay. I'm heading a pillow.
Okay.
Not good.
All right. So we came out of the bat. You talked to Kendall.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think through, like, what's the progression of the show? So then he's going to go to Cube, but then does he come back for a little bit?
Yeah, so what we've learned in episodes 1 through 4, if you've watched our recap show.
Oh, here we go.
Is that he will come back.
He will
like
come back.
The grass is green and the sky is blue, pasta sauce gets sold in cans and jars, right? Not if this entrepreneur, Ben LaForest in Jersey City, has his way. You see, his method, Sauce Cube, claims to take the bad-tasting acids and replace them with better-for-you, healthier ingredients.
Is there a
now,
sustainable
will
play
this
here,
product
too?
Get lost in the sauce, or can we make it pretty penne?
Doesn't sound like it.
See what I said there? Penne?
There's the coin.
Hey, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
I've been super thrilled to get as much customer feedback as possible, but obviously it means a little bit more when it comes from such a successful entrepreneur.
So that's the competition right there.
That is the competition.
Can you hear me?
Just the consistency of that one's
can hear me?
little,
A little vomit-like.
a little vomit.
Did he just say that about the sauce or something else?
A competitor sauce.
Is that
A
gonna
competitor.
taste like
Okay, perfect.
The
All right.
best pesto sauce I ever had.
I
do
hope
like
so.
that. I do like that stuff.
It has a lot of basil in it.
I mean, it just looks much more appealing than the competitions.
Didn't he
So how much is this?
On the
mention?
website, they're $9.99 with a minimum order of 3
Okay,
products.
$9.99.
So $30 worth of sauce.
Yeah.
You're asking somebody for the first time, never having tried it, to buy
Right.
3 of them.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem with e-commerce. I think you're melted.
Conversion
here.
rates
Okay,
will go
well,
down.
I'll just, sorry.
You know when you
We've
do
solved
sampling,
that.
you're supposed
You
to make
need
that
your
not quite as hot as this one.
What is it?
Little tricks
Your
there.
AOV,
I don't
you're
think I
being high
AOV.
enough.
This one, honestly.
Yours looks
Well,
healthier.
he's pushing his
If he
AOV
was
there if he's saying
Concentrated
it's got to be at
lemon
least
juice and
30.
not
Yeah.
acid, the way this uses lactic acid, thickened with starches. Ingredient listing is a little bit
Ooh.
longer. So you can try
You know about that. All
the
right.
competition.
Could he
Really excited about that one.
could he
right.
get into stores with that one
I would
list?
personally recommend this one first.
All right. I gotta get some of that sauce.
Is this his? That sauce cubed?
That's sauce cubed. That's heavily sauced.
I mean, it's good. Like I said, I'm a pesto guy. I would eat that all day long.
This is the
All
one
right.
that says doesn't taste like
Here we go.
pesto.
And I'd be honest with you. I mean, what is that? That doesn't even taste like pesto.
No.
I taste acid in it. What's
There is
that?
acid. You can
Oh
physically
my God.
taste the acid.
That is not happening. See, like they sell $2 billion worth of that stuff. That's unedible.
Wow.
That is really good.
Thank you.
So, listen,
Okay.
it truly is.
That's
like
interesting.
night
Okay.
and day.
All right.
We
Not
got
even
some
close.
competition.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
The taste of Ben's vegan cashew sauce is light years ahead of the competition. But I
Okay.
need to know more about his background to better assess whether he's got
And
the
I'm still hung up
billion-dollar
on
idea on his hands
30
and the right
$30
stuff to
minimum
earn
order.
that final spot in my basement. How did you
Can you get to
to
a
be
billion
the
at
sauce
that price point?
king?
So I worked at a sauce company years ago where we made a vegan cashew sauce that was put into a jar. The product was really great until we had to acidify it for food safety. Had this great product that we kind
I
of turned
see.
not so great in order to keep it safe on shelf. And I thought, why don't we just take that first product and sell it frozen?
It's just frozen, so you don't need preservatives.
Exactly, yeah.
And this is a kind of a better way, a healthier way
see.
of delivering pasta sauce.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that sounds innovative.
How is it mailed though?
Disruptive, hopefully. I'm not sure.
Well, it's in a
I-
bag.
That's what we're here
It's
to
in a
find
bag,
out.
but is it
Tell me
coming
a
to you
little
like
bit about
HelloFresh?
So growing
Because
up,
that
I always
increases
really
your
liked
cost,
science.
Yeah, it
right? You
does.
got
I was
to
also
fill that
very
and you got to
overweight
keep it
when I was
cold.
younger, so when I was
Really?
in,
Otherwise,
when I
you
was
got
in
a
high
bag
school,
of
I lost
soup.
about 100 pounds.
Wow.
And it was kind of like over the summer from 9th grade going to 10th grade, so kind of like totally transitioned my life and
What-
really
have you had any
got
of these
focused
wings
on
or am
food
I?
and
No, I
eating
have.
healthy
Okay,
and
get in here.
exercising. So it's always
Go
been a
ahead.
part of my life.
I like the
since
wings
then, for
back
sure.
to drummies.
Yeah.
That's why this works,
And
man.
that's what kind of got me into
It's unbelievable.
food science.
This actually
Every-
comes from a personal place, right? So you
You're a
lost
professional
an
coach.
incredible amount of weight, right? And
Sure.
that had to leave an impression on you. So, you know, it
Cheers.
starts with that moment when you transformed yourself. What is the product portfolio? What are the
Great sauce.
different SKUs?
So there's a cheesy cashew. So it's kind of like a nacho sauce.
I like that.
We
Okay.
make mac and cheese with
Nacho
it.
sauce.
Creamy pesto. So it
Good.
has basil and spinach. And there's mushroom Alfredo.
Do you have
I'd
any
try that one.
that suggests consumer wants what you have?
So yes and no. So shipping frozen products direct to consumer is not the easiest or most
Was it
cost
dry
efficient
ice?
thing to do. So overhead is super high, shipping on dry ice in the containers. I'm losing money on every shipment, which was making sense, right? I really just wanted to get, are people liking this? Is there feedback on?
Right. And you're reaching out to those people via e-commerce, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's a gap there. I see a lot of entrepreneurs that kind of go from their kitchen to their home office and hit, send.
He's going to tell him to hit
And,
retail.
They're fulfilling X amount of sales, and yeah, you're
What do you
getting some product out there.
That's
but
your
I don't
product,
think
or are you
you're getting
saying, I
what
gotta
you
go
need
retail
out of
first?
the first few $1,000s of sales. Like I would almost suggest
Yes.
find a great,
Retail
market
partner.
right here and make that your only account, right? Since you can't make a lot of it in that kitchen anyway.
Right.
As much time as you spend in the kitchen, spend as much time in that account.
Does
and
he make
see
it in the kitchen?
Exactly what customers are saying about it. I mean,
I
that's
don't
how I
think you could.
started.
Yeah.
The good
can't,
part
right? It's gotta be-
is that the
yeah,
ingredients
yeah.
are fresh and organic. The big pitfall is the shipping. it's complicated and expensive to get to distributors.
All right, that
To
gives me a little confidence.
That is a huge compromise.
Here's
Ben,
what
thank you
we're
for the
shipping.
goodies.
Thank you. Enjoy.
All right. This
So,
week,
guys.
I met Carl and Paul, co-founders of Awesome Sauce.
That's right.
Yeah,
a
you did.
condiment company founded on minimizing plastic use. Kendall, a young woman who created a kitchen
story.
tool
Great
that
story.
removes leaves from herbs called Herbtastic. And I met Ben LaForest, creator of Sauce Cubed, a frozen vegan sauce with only 7 organic ingredients. Now, I'll grill them one last time before I decide which
Ooh,
of
where
the
are we going,
three
Carl?
I'll invite back to
Okay.
my headquarters in New Jersey to compete for a big investment from me. Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, I'm excited to see you.
Oh, excited to see you. Carl, what's going on? Seems like yesterday I saw you.
It feels like it.
Ben, same to you.
Was it
How's
yesterday?
going, man?
What?
Very
Why?
good, thanks.
I really enjoyed meeting you guys
Why?
and your
Why did I look
products.
like that?
Unfortunately, only one of you will get a coin that lets you into my basement.
Now, Paul. Whoa. We got,
Okay.
So let me ask you this: we now saw, because you have the herb break, which is not exact. I know you're competing with them, but it's not exactly the same. Now you see the other sauce company. You see Sauce Cubed. What do you think?
Carl, you got thoughts on Sauce Cubed?
yeah.
What do you think, buddy?
So, if I look at these 3 companies as objectively as I can, I think the most challenging one is Sauce Cubed. Whether or not it's on retail, whether it's direct to consumer, you will always have that biggest hurdle of having a frozen product. And it just strikes me, I mean, if the competitor was doing a $2 billion a year, but they're shelf stable, what do you cut that in half? And so now you're at $1 billion if you're maxed out. And so then it just keeps, like, things are just against it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a really good product and it looks really good. And the fact that he has the sauce knowledge to then do it the right way, that's really compelling. But I think things are just always against it.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point, because what we have going for us is that when we get to retail, when someone is looking for ketchup, we're going to be right next to Heinz and everybody else. When they're looking for barbecue, we're going to be right next to Sweet Baby Ray's. But when they're looking for pasta sauce,
he can't be there.
They're in the freezer
format
aisle.
that they're
That's right.
that they're asking for.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it could give them a small competitive win, but I feel like we're just so used to that's going to be 2 steps back for 1 step forward, because also at the same rate, what are you buying pasta sauce with?
Pasta.
Wild. And where the fuck is pasta?
Yeah, not in the freezer aisle.
Not in the freezer, I'll tell you that much.
Although I guess, if you're buying fresh pasta, it's not still frozen. You can buy fresh pasta in the refrigerated areas.
I think Ben is right. If you find that one spot, that one retailer, and you can really show a model to say, put pasta and this pasta sauce together in a new place, then you're gonna drive volume. I think that's interesting. On the herb rake side, it's a new gadget. Now, she has a super compelling story. We've been over that, but at the end of the day, it's another gadget, and you can use your fingers to do what is there, and you don't have to pay for them.
I really enjoyed meeting you guys.
Here we
and your
are.
Products.
Is it decision time?
Unfortunately, only one
I think we're
of
getting
you
close.
will get a coin that lets you into my basement. Now, I bet you're wondering what your competition looks like.
Just a little bit.
Yes.
Well, Carl, he's created Awesome Sauce. It's a way to mix a variety of condiments in a reusable container.
Sustainability first.
That's right.
Yeah, what a plug.
Herbtastic makes it easy to remove leaves from herbs. Ben, your sauce
Don't
cube
laugh, Carl.
is a frozen vegan sauce, and it retains all the flavor of only 7 ingredients. It's clean.
Simplicity.
Now I gotta find out who has
Oh, we
that
got himself a
special
little plug in
sauce
there.
or the recipe for a billion-dollar idea. But first, I want to speak to each of you individually. Kendall,
Oh
you're
yeah,
up
this
first.
is our little
Perfect.
Interesting.
Screen.
The little pitches, the
How
mini
are you,
pitches.
Kendall?
I'm really good. I'm super happy to be here.
Oh man, I had such a fun time with you. Herbtastic, it's an attainable, affordable thing that anybody can use at any age.
Absolutely, that was the whole purpose.
You've accomplished things that nobody your age accomplishes. And you know, your story was so touching, and the fact that you're so inspired by your dad, who you tragically lost, but I know you carry him with you, and he would be proud.
I think it's a bad omen if
and,
all he
you know,
talks about
part
is
of
the
me
story
felt guilty
and not the
being
product.
the guy across the table
I think
because
you're right.
it should have been him.
Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that, and I think he would be proud too, but it's always good to have other people to validate that feeling.
It's a
So these
nice
are all good things, right?
exchange
but if
there.
I'm being honest as an entrepreneur, there's always challenges, right? Is there enough people that cook with herbs? Do they struggle with this?
I think that there is a great niche market of people who do struggle with this problem, but that's part of the reason that I've been so inspired to create a bunch of additional products that target different aspects of cooking so that I can reach every home.
Right, and you'd have to reach a lot of people because it's inexpensive.
It's
So you'd have to
interesting.
sell a ton of them
Bringing
to reach
cooking
$1
to the
billion.
kids. That's
This
an
is our
interesting
last
play.
conversation before I decide who I bring back to my basement. So tell me why. Give me that last ditch pitch as to why it should be you.
Did you have to
Right
do this?
now, I'm just getting
Yeah,
started in
do you
the
remember
fact
or
that
not?
I'm
No,
a
I don't.
student.
Are you excited
I'm
for
in
this pitch, Paul?
organizations on
I am.
campus, and I'm running a business.
I
So imagine
am.
what's going to happen when I graduate and I'm able to dedicate all of my time and all of my energy to my business. With your help and your mentorship, I'll be able to learn and grow so much. This is really just the beginning, and it's the tip of the iceberg. And there's still so much more that
How
I'm
did
going
you
to be
do
doing.
on the pitch?
That's amazing, Kendall. This is a tough
To
decision.
be honest, like,
Thanks for the
I don't
time.
remember
All
what I
right.
said.
Awesome. Thank you, Ben.
I think all I could focus
Carl.
on was my light crew.
Let's go, big guy, you and me.
All right.
Let's get right at it. I like your product. It's sustainable. You know who your adversaries are in
Yes.
this
That's
market.
great light.
Took it to
Where were
Riggtown
you in this moment,
Pizza,
Paul?
and I thought the test was rigged, pun intended.
Holding
I mean, it
cell
was
phones, lighting
unanimously,
you.
everybody
It's
preferred
terrible.
your ketchup over the competition's ketchup.
Let's
They
go.
loved the sustainability message.
Yeah,
You
let's
killed
go.
it. But I have some concerns. Co-founders, and I
Come
and
on.
I think you guys complement each other. But I don't know if you've been tested yet. You're both dads. Are you?
That's a test
willing
in
to
and of
travel
itself, I'll
without
tell you
your
what.
families? Are you serious enough? You know, I gave up a ton on my journey. I was my son's basketball coach, baseball coach. And then I was the dad in the stands because I couldn't commit to coaching. And then I was sometimes the guy that wasn't in the stands because I was on a business trip. But you and Paul together have to look each other in the eye and say, listen, this is the journey. And I don't
This
know.
is the journey.
I don't know if you've been tested like that yet. So that's my concern.
Yeah, can I push back on the concern?
You could push back on everything. That's what you should be.
Yeah. So a couple of things. We're really excited about Riggtown, and I left a
All
really
right, go
cushy
ahead.
job at a big corporate establishment. We started the entity this summer. We haven't stopped. It's been all uphill.
If I invite you back here, do
All
you
right.
even come?
I'm there.
That's what I want to hear. I don't want to believe it. So I got a lot of decisions to make. Give you one chance to pitch me as to why I should
Go on,
do
Carl.
this coin.
Go
What
on,
you
Carl.
saw two individuals who are driving to make a better world for their kids, and also put a better
Okay.
product on shelves with your help, with your guidance, and we can do it together.
Okay.
Let's go, Ben.
All right, man. We're going to get back to the other guy.
Hey, wait. It's not
Hey, Ben,
decent.
I know a
It's
good
not
formulator
nothing. I
when
threw the
see
ball
one.
back in his
you
court.
Can formulate, man. That product tastes leaps
All
and
right.
bounds
Okay.
better
I'm
than
not.
the
I'm not
competition.
giving myself like
But
A
the
plus on
product
that.
is
But
not
Well, hold
what
on. He
I'm
just
worried
said leaps
about.
and
I'm
bounds
worried
better than
you're
the competition.
compromising
Didn't say
your
that about
consumers'
ours.
Ability
No, but he
to-
just said
to
that product
purchase.
was leaps
and
You
bounds
gotta
better
get
than
it
you.
to
Yeah.
A lot more people's mouths, and you got to get them to be able to buy.
He was
one
talking about
unit
other
before you
pasta
ask them to
sauces.
buy.
Other
Yeah.
pasta sauces.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to hear from you. I have got one coin left to give to somebody. Why would I
One
give
coin
it
left.
to you?
Do I think that Sauce Cube is going to grow into $1 billion idea? Not necessarily. But
Oh.
I think the promise that Sauce Cube is,
Not the
how
answer.
simple and clean ingredients can still be delicious.
an
That
interesting
spans
approach.
All different categories of the grocery store. It spans all different food occasions and deliver on that promise.
I love it. I think there is a big idea here. You know, I got a lot to think about with you,
It's a-
but I appreciate it. I
It's
had
a
a great
bold
time
approach to that.
cooking up that
I went.
pesto
I
with
went
you
with
and
the
squashing
challenge approach.
competition. But now
Kendall went with
we gotta
the-
get back to your competition.
Let's do
The
it.
hope approach.
So guys, this is the hard part.
He went with the reverse
Now
psychology.
It's time for my decision. I got to digest everything that each of you told me. Kendall,
It's like, is this
Carl,
a $1 billion idea?
Ben,
No.
I'm going to say goodbye to one of
But
them.
I tell you what,
And that
I got something up there.
person is-
Come on, Ben.
Jeez Louise.
That man just said, do I think sauce cubed is the $1 billion idea? Nah. No. What are you doing? It's a competition. Ah, man. I knew. I what the hell? What the fuck am I gonna say about that? What the-
It's like the one question, like straight up, the one question that you got dialed
It's
in.
the name of the show.
Yeah. Do you think, Carl? Do you think this is a $1 billion idea?
Nah. Okay, that's stupid. We're mean.
No, that's
I'm sorry.
not. We don't want to be
Sauce cubed.
no.
I'm sure you're great.
John
Just
loves it.
not the answer to say on $1 billion idea. That's all. No problem.
Well, as you're there, Carl, and it is $1 billion idea. First off, Paul, you said you're lighting his face with a cell phone.
Yeah, so let's get into that a little bit.
Explain that, please.
So we filmed this episode of $1 Billion Idea
On a Sunday, right?
On a
Was it-
Sunday at
was it Sunday or Saturday?
It was a Sunday at my house.
And I slept over, like I packed up.
And then we flew out to Minnesota Monday morning, crack ass dawn Monday morning to start Techstars.
4 a.m. or something.
So Techstars is an accelerator that we were a part of, and we flew out at that, crack ass early. And then on Tuesday.
What is crack ass early?
Crack ass. You know what it is.
Oh, I know.
So on Tuesday was the filming of the decision day. And so it was getting dark earlier in Minnesota. Dark, cold, you name it. All the things that you're not excited about.
And they had given like strict stipulation that you need in a well-lit place. We had to
Great
open
Wi-Fi.
We had to open up the computer. We tested. And what we're seeing on film is not what transpired. We were there for 90 minutes.
And 2 hours. We're there for 2 hours. And
there was sun.
At first there was
and
sun.
then there was none.
And there was natural lighting. And everyone was really happy about how Carl looked in camera. And then that was going down, down, down. And we didn't have the lighting to balance that effect. And so here I am, straight up. I've got Carl's cell phone and my cell phone. With
If this is the computer.
I mean, I'm sitting here like, God, I'm lighting my, I used to be his boss. And here I am. I'm holding 2 cell phones lighting his fat face. I love it. I love his face.
Tables have turned.
It was demoralizing. It was
inspiring.
It was frustrating. And yet it was, one of the biggest moments of my professional career. We're going to find out if we moved on or didn't move on. And so here we are. I was the lighting guy, essentially. I was these 2 tripods. I'm staring at 2 tripods holding lights. That was
There's
me.
a resemblance.
So how are you feeling then? Because you're hearing Carl go through all of this, and you're sitting there holding the lights.
Yeah,
I mean, what is your
that's a-
reaction to all of that?
That's a great question. When I was saying it, were you like in your
I
head
don't
like
give a shit. The reality is,
Say what you want.
Yeah, I'm sitting there going, I've partnered with this guy to go crush the world and change the sauce game. And if I'm gonna hold lights, I'm gonna hold some goddamn lights. And that is my mentality on almost everything. Just so you know.
And when you're listening to the words that were coming out of my mouth, were you like, yeah, that's good? Or were you like, really? Push back? Is that it?
Should have been me on camera.
As I sit here now, the only regret is that we didn't have the zoot suit then.
We needed the zoot suit then.
There's no way you say no to that.
Say goodbye to one of you. And
Right.
that person is Ben. I'm sorry, Ben. I
he
can't
said-
take the journey with you, but I will tell you, I will eat anything you make.
said no.
You are a great formulator, and in you is a great brand. Just got to put everything into it.
I
And you're
remember
not
that.
there yet.
I remember him saying
So I'm
that.
going to say goodbye for now.
He
but
wasn't full time, is that right?
I really
That's
enjoyed
right. I
our
think
time
he had a
together.
he had a
It was
job.
great meeting you. Thank you so much.
Bye, Ben.
Take care.
And then there were 2, Carl and Kendall.
Carl and Kendall.
awesome sauce, and herb-tastic. On
And
one hand, we have a young woman,
Just so people know,
driven,
you couldn't hear what he was saying.
great entrepreneur,
right? Because it was in my
paying
headphones.
homage to your dad.
And so you're just, I'm just sitting there.
I'm just a
We got a
tripod
dad
holding lights.
committed to making the world a better place for his kids. You know, it's always inspiring to me when family is part of your story. When
Okay,
you
both
take
got
them
that
on
going.
your journey.
What's he gonna do?
It's a tough decision. And the person that I've decided to invite back to my basement, congratulations, Carl.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Yeah!
We're moving on!
Before I go, Carl, give me a second with Kendall. I want to
Carl,
talk
don't
to
leave
her.
me hanging.
Kendall, you know how much I think of you. What
We
you've
did it!
accomplished in 20 years old.
Come on.
Thank you.
wasn't a bad
Thank you
speech
very
then, I
much.
guess.
Survive in
While
advance.
I'm not inviting you back to the basement, I do want to help you. I think your time now is better served in school, just like you're doing, as your dad envisioned you. You told me you took $7,000 out of your savings that he set aside for you for college,
That's a good moment.
and you
He's
put
gonna-
it towards
he's gonna give it-
Fantastic.
Come on, Ben,
I'd
give
love
her it.
to put $7,000
Yes.
back in your college
Nice,
fund,
Ben.
Good for you,
so that
Ben.
you could run
There you
hard
go.
Good work, Ben.
with
We'll take
Herbtastic
that.
and pay for school.
Is that essentially an investment?
And then from there,
I wonder if
the
he took
sky's the
equity.
limit.
Taking that money out
On
of
that
that
degree?
account was a big
Fuck.
decision, and it was definitely a risk because nothing in business is certain, especially not nowadays. And so I do think
Nowadays.
that my dad would be
Great
happy to
brand.
see my
Nowadays.
account being
Yeah.
replenished and
Vegan chicken nuggets,
also
shout
see
out.
that I'm still continuing to pursue my passion with creating kitchen
Shout out to
products
Kiva.
and bringing people in the
Good
kitchen like my
investment.
dad and I used to do.
Nice investment
Thank
by
you
Kiva.
for touching
Rachel
my life.
Mansfield.
Thank you.
Same deal.
Promise me you'll stay in touch.
Yes, absolutely, I promise.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Big Carl.
Big Carl.
Talk to you, dude.
Big Carl.
Is Paul there? And where is he?
Oh, no
Hey,
way.
Big Paul.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. You excited?
Couldn't be more excited.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, we're only taking one of you guys, but it's not lost on me how important you are to this business. He's got a lot of competition. There's a lot of good brands that are coming to the basement.
Well, that's shoulder to
and
shoulder.
you got to bring your game.
Thanks for including us in what we're sure is a great group of brands, and it means a lot.
I'm going to see him in the basement. Bye for
Blah,
now,
blah,
guys.
blah,
Take care.
blah, 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 blah.
You had the good hair, though. You had the good hair.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Over the last 5 weeks, I've met 15 entrepreneurs out of
Okay.
hundreds of candidates that my
Lord.
team and I interviewed
Oh,
for
yeah.
the next billion-dollar idea. Of those 15, I've selected my top 6.
I
who
have
will
not
now
looked at my
compete
phone
head-to-head
during this entire
at my
thing.
headquarters
Uh,
in New Jersey.
I'm like-
Are we-
James.
Yeah, we got
creator
James.
Of the Poop Stick.
Poop Stick.
Nadia,
Shout out, James.
Creator of Pillow
There we go.
Sheets.
Pillow sheets,
Ari
Nadia.
from InstaSteam.
Insta-Steam and
Jordan
Ari.
from
Oh,
Dewey's.
the double up.
Mike from Wonderful.
Mike.
And the final
Love Mike.
spot to Carl Starkey of Awesome Sauce.
Let's
Oh,
go.
there he is.
Carl.
When these 6 talented entrepreneurs meet for the first time to compete for a
It's
major
a good crew.
investment from me.
Look at that.
It's a nice crew.
It's a nice crew.
I thought that was a great episode.
Next week on Billion Dollar Idea.
Oh,
Being here in New Jersey with Ben, it's definitely a life-changing opportunity.
They ain't
James.
seen nothing yet. The door opens to a whole new world. I've disguised my investment banker, Romitha, as a PA. Ask me if he used it today.
Did you use it this morning? 'Cause your shirt's a little wrinkled.
Accepting meals from a homeless shelter taught me to feel deep gratitude.
That's a side of Carl I've never seen.
Drama.
Find out who will be eliminated on the next Billion.
Carlito.
I opened up. I opened up. You got to do what you got to do for competition.
Hey, how about that?
Well, shit.
How
How
about that?
Yes.
Okay. I come away from that episode encouraged about the remaining time that we have, be it one or more, and I thought Ben did a very nice job. I thought the production crew did a very nice job.
Huge shout out to them.
Absolutely.
Loved the first episode. For everybody watching, thank you for sticking with us. Follow us on Instagram for subsequent episodes. We're gonna do a reaction show for as long as we're in the competition. Check out the QR code on the below this here. Get yourself a free sample somewhere there. Okay. Like and subscribe, please. We're going to try and make this as fun as possible so you guys can watch us through our journey. Thanks.
Peace.